with Entrepreneur Pitfall number 12, and this one is going to be very interesting. It is Y'all are just rude and inconsiderate. It talks about entrepreneurs really misunderstanding the customer's experience and how important the customer's experience is to your business. So just to give you guys a start, we're going to talk a little bit about the problem. So have you ever gone into a restaurant and the people that work there, they were really rude, or they took your order and it was almost like they didn't really care, they were very nonchalant about it, or they came to work with whatever their problem was for the day and it impacted the service that you received? A lot of people think that that only affects big conglomerates like McDonald's or Walmart, but the truth of the matter is that if you're not in control of it, it can impact your small to medium business as well. So the truth is, you need to know that if your employees are not giving a good customer experience, it's really your fault. And we are here today to tell you why. So the first thing we want to start with is probably just identifying some tangible things that are happening that are negatively impacting your customers. So the very first thing I'd like to start with that is the most noticeable is having employees who are nonchalant. They don't care about what the customer's needs are. Or the other thing is they're just plain rude. And if you're not at your establishment often, like some people manage remotely, or some people have multiple businesses, or they have lots of other things or duties that they have to do during the day, so they don't actually have the opportunity to physically be in their brick and mortar store or even be in the office with their employees. But the truth of the matter is that on a daily basis, your employees might be being really nonchalant and have attitude with your customers, and that could be impacting your bottom line, which is your money. The next thing is going to be that a lot of times your employees just don't understand what the customer's needs are, or they don't understand what the customer's expectations are. And it's very true that as an owner, you may not have set that expectation for them. And then the next thing is going to be lack of follow-up after the sale. So after your employees have made the sale to the customer or to the client, they literally are not doing anything or don't care about how the customer feels afterwards. So they're not following up with them, they're not thanking them, they're not checking to see if there's anything additional that they could do to be of service. And that is impacting your bottom line, because it is impacting your ability to have repeat business from that customer or that client. So now that you know what those top three identifiers are, so the things that you can identify is, or what could potentially be happening is, you have employees that are nonchalant or rude or disinterested. The next thing is that they don't understand your customers' needs or the expectations, and then the last thing is there's lack of follow-up after the sale. So let's talk a little bit about what you can do. What are some solutions? Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, it really does affect your bottom line, your money, but it in fact impacts it in a lot of different ways. So number one, the customers may not come back. Number two, they may not refer people to you. And then number three, to be honest with you, if it's that bad, that customer might actually return your product and just not shop at your store again. And then when you also talk about the experience itself, people share experiences. So that might be one customer, but they may share that bad experience with 10 people who may share that experience with another 10 people. And then that could literally start a whole windfall of negative reputation for your business, your product, or your company. So let's talk a little bit about what it is that you can do to fix that. What are your solutions? The solutions are, number one, you need to do some customer feedback. So if you are not in your location often, you need to implement some type of customer feedback, whether that is survey or whether that is giving them the opportunity to go online and potentially win something because they do a survey for you. You can do customer focus groups. There are a lot of different things that you can do, but you want to make sure that you are getting your customers' opinion of your business or your product or your service. The next thing is, you can always have mystery shoppers. That is absolutely one of the best things to do to catch your employees off guard. And it also can, and when mystery shoppers go in, they are brutal. They will tell you exactly what is happening from the beginning to the end of the experience, from the time that they came in, whether or not people came to them and spoke with them and asked them what it was that they needed. How did the sale go? Was there any follow-up? Whether or not anyone asked them any questions about their needs. So that's number 2. And then the last one would be professional training. Honestly, there are so many people that start their business and they don't even consider training their employees. They bring people in and they hire them and they say, hey, this is the product and this is how we want you to sell it. So they may teach them how to sell the product, but what they don't teach them how to do is how to sell to the customer, how to have a customer experience, how to make the customer happy from the beginning to the end of the sale and then even afterward. And that's a talent. That's something that you actually have to teach people to do, because a lot of people don't know it. Why don't they know? Well, it's because it's your product, it's your business, and it's your passion. And the truth of the matter is that employees are not going to see your product or your passion the way that you do unless you train them to. So that brings us to what's the most important: hiring a professional. The truth of the matter is that some things you can't do by yourself. So when we talk about training your employees to speak your language or to treat your customers the way that you think is the most effective for you to grow your business, that does require professional training. And so we do professional training at Velvet Rope Experience, and we would love to have your business. We can call us and we can do a consultation and we can talk about exactly what solutions would work for your company. So that's the main thing that we wanted to talk to you guys about today. We wanted to talk to you about customer experience because our name is Velvet Rope Experience. It is all about the experience to us, and customer experience is super important. And just keep that in mind. Anytime that you guys are ready to have more conversation about customer experience, you can watch this video, number 1, to get a little bit of background, and then number 2, you can give us a call. So we can be reached at 713-489-9608, or you can go to our website at velvetropeexperience.com, and we can also be reached by email, tiffany@velvetropeexperience.com. And then of course we always want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then also any social media that we have. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, and you can reach us there at Velvet Rope Experience. So until next time, when we give you guys Entrepreneur Pitfall number 13, see you again.